Hi, Cynthia from the Pinocchio Jubilee Library here. Thank you for joining us for this Thinkers and Tinkerers video as we explore capillary action. Have you ever wondered how a towel soaks up wet hair, or how a sponge works, or even how a paintbrush gets the liquid paint to go up its bristles? Or have you ever wondered how a tree or a plant is able to get water from its base, where its roots are, all the way up to its top branches where the leaves are, or the petals? This is all due to a phenomenon called capillary action. So, what is capillary action? Capillary action is the ability of a water molecule to go against the forces of gravity within a substance. So, let's say within a plant stem. The forces inside the plant stem are great enough that they can overcome the force of gravity and the water can move upward. So, how does it overcome the forces of gravity? Well, it's because of two unique properties that water molecules have. Water molecules, as demonstrated by my two fabulous blue water molecule fluffs here, love to be attached to each other. They're known as being cohesive. That means they like to stay together and they don't like to really come apart. Cohesive. So they're cohesive in essentially anywhere they go, whether they're in your wet hair and a towel's being put on them, or they're entering a plant through the roots. However, once they enter the plant, they're then attracted to the plant walls, which is going to be which is represented by my fabulous green fluff here. So, when the water molecule gets attracted to a plant wall, this is known as an adhesive force. So, even though the water molecules like to stay connected, the adhesive attraction within the plant is so great that the water molecule will actually bond with the plant molecule and start going up the plant. So it's really kind of cool, and it just happens in really small spaces, but this is a very unique property of water, is that it's both cohesive, it loves to be with each other, and it's adhesive in that it loves to be attracted to other molecules as well. How are we going to explore this at home? Well, what you have to do is grab one of our kits from the Pinocchio Jubilee Library. Your capillary action kit will include 3 white flowers and a packet full of food dye, plant food, and some stir sticks. You will want to begin the experiment as soon as possible, or at the very least ensure that the plants are within some water as soon as you get home. This experiment will be done over the course of several days, as it will take at least 2 hours before any color begins to form within the plant. For this project, you will also need to have 3 containers to hold the flowers with water in them. Vases can be used, or glasses, or even plastic containers. Just ensure that they are tall enough to support the flower properly. You will also need a sharp knife or scissors. We do recommend using a sharp knife. However, please use parental supervision if required to ensure that nobody comes to any harm with cutting the flowers. To begin, take one of your containers and put at least half a cup of water within it. Then take one of the food colorants and put it within the water. The more food drops that are in the water, the more vivid the color will be in your plant. As a general rule of thumb, for every half a cup of water, you are going to want between 10 to 20 drops of food dye. You can also take this moment to stir in some plant food into the water as well, so that the plant will remain happy while it is soaking up its colors. Your next step is to take one of the flowers and, using the knife, cut the end of the stem off at an angle and put it in the water as quickly as possible. Try to avoid picking the flower out of the water, because it will increase the chances of having an air bubble get trapped within the stem. Ensure that the flower is well supported. Do the same process with the other 2 flowers and change the food coloring if you wish. Leave the flowers for the next 48 hours and check back periodically to see how the color flow is doing. If no colors are appearing after 6 hours, put a little more food dye into the water, and also feel free to try to trim the edge of the flower again and put it back in the water.